Jeremy Gonzalez. I'm going to be doing sterile field. Okay, I'm going to do the 7 steps. Basically, check my patient's orders. I'm going to go to the room. I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to introduce myself to the patient. I'm going to check his ID band. I'm going to let him know of what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to prep my stuff, everything that I need, and I'm going to provide him with privacy. Okay, basically I gathered all my equipment for the sterile field. I am going to make sure that it's at waist high. I got my waste basket. Have my sterile water. It's never been used, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to label it with today's date, okay, and make sure that it's not expired or anything. Okay, I'm going to have all my stuff, and I'm going to check all the expiration dates on all my gauzes, my abdominal pads, my glove, my sterile gloves, and my sterile field. Make sure that my sterile field is clean. What I'm going to do now is assess the patient. Okay, I'm going to get the bed at a working height. Okay, so what I want to do is provide the patient with as much privacy as possible. Okay. I'm going to do gloves, just regular clean gloves. I'm sure in the field we'll have bigger gloves. Okay, so what I want to do first is I want to make sure that I don't take the whole dressing off. Okay, I'm going to take it off layer by layer. Okay, I'm going to pull the top off first. Okay, dump it. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the next layer off, dump that. And I'm going to pull the rest of it out, okay? And I'm going to assess the wound, make sure it's not bleeding, or make sure it's not red on the outside. I'm going to assess it. I'm going to assess how deep it is, how long it is. I'm going to document the measurement, what I observe. If it's an inch below, then I should be looking at muscle tissue. It's not. It looks pretty clean. So what I'm going to do now is basically I'm going to start my my sterile field. Okay, I'm going to take the gloves off. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands. Okay, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to basically get my towel drape first. I'm going to open it. I'm going to take it out. Open it. Okay, 1 inch around is contaminated. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that it's right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the gauze. Okay, open that. Do is I'm going to take this. So what I want to do next is I want to take the cylinder here. I'm going to open it. Going to take my sterile water. Okay, I'm going to open it And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some in, okay? If it's been used before, what I want to do is I want to pour some out. But in this case, it was new, so I don't need to. Okay, so I filled it up. And I'm ready to go. Okay, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my sterile gloves and basically open them. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Okay, I'm going to assess left and right. Okay, it's left and right. What I'm going to do next is open them. Okay, making sure that I don't contaminate my sterile field. Okay. Okay, with my non-dominant hand, I'm going to pick up the glove. Okay, now I'm going to take my dominant hand . Okay, basically have a sterile, and now I'm going to redress the patient. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go wet. Okay, I want to take a wet one. Okay, not too wet. I'm going to transfer it. Okay, and I'm going to clean the wound first. Okay, once the wound is clean, drop it. Okay, now I'm going to take this hand that has touched the patient. It's no longer sterile, so I have to maintain a sterile feel. I will use my right dominant hand for that. I'm going to take a wet gauze, okay, not too wet, okay, and I'm going to transfer it without touching the glove. Okay. I'm going to apply it directly into the wound, avoiding the skin to avoid maceration. Okay, I'm going to take another wet. Transfer it again, maintaining a sterile feel. I'm going to take the dry one now, and I'm going to cover it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do last is I'm going to take the abdominal pad. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it. Once I've done that, okay, I'm complete as far as the sterile field. Okay, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to either tape it or basically put a band so that the patient doesn't remove it. Okay, I'm going, in this case, not do that because it's just for presentation. I'm going to take off my gloves. Okay, I'm going to basically make sure that the patient is comfortable. I'm going to lower the bed.